This year has not been so kind, having 5 deaths happen since February. And then even in this month, had a friend die from a medical issue. Oh, and starting a business. It's all been quite the emotional roller coaster. And it's one of the things that has connected me to somatic breathwork. And so today, August 25th, marks 22 years since I was in the car accident where my sister Stacy had died in. And so this weekend, I held somatic breathwork sessions, however, breathing through grief. And so breathwork can be great for a lot of different things, and it ties in perfectly, obviously, as this is often a day that could be seen as the day she died. And I wanted to do something a little different and have it in her memory, as well as to help guide other people in their grief journey, or just helping them to connect with their bodies. Because regardless of the intention that people set or I set, sometimes the body has something different that it wants to tell us. Sometimes we think it's gonna be heavy, or we think we're gonna cry or get angry. And sometimes the opposite happens, when maybe there's a little bit of that pain, and then there are memories that we have and the good things, right? So to honor baby Alani, who died in February at 4 months, my uncle who died 3 days before her, the grandfather, a childhood friend, her wife had died, and my mom had told me about that. I had a coach, Colleen, from the original Champion Chair Training Center, which is now East Celebrity Elite. And then most recently, my friend Erin, who died earlier this month in August. So it's been quite the journey, even for myself, and I often try to be open about the things that I go through, although if you talk with some people, they might say I'm not as emotionally connected. However, it brings me back to somatic breathwork. Somatic breathwork was one of the things where it connected me to the grief that my body was still holding on to. Again, it's been 22 years. I've done therapy, I've been to support groups, and I now volunteer for the Compassionate Friends, and I run a queer grieving siblings group or meeting. And I go to the national event and I do workshops there. I also did a breathwork session this year, which was really cool. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to show people that there are other ways in which we can honor our grief, whether you are looking for healing or transforming your grief into something different, right? Oftentimes we get these messages of getting over it. Sometimes people say, why aren't you over it by now? Whether it's 2 months or whether it's 10 or 20 years, some people still say those things, and you'll never get over it, because when someone dies, that's permanent and grief lasts forever. But it does not have to be as painful, or we don't have to feel guilty or ashamed depending on the way that they died. So that's just my little tidbit that I wanted to share today. Again, August 25th is my sister's 22nd, I say, death anniversary. And I'm at a point where I want to do things differently to honor grief and to show people that you could be where I am. You don't have to be. And if you're interested in seeing what that looks like, reach out.